All right, we are live and we're going to go over 7 things you need to know when moving to Cedar Rapids, Iowa. And in this picture, it kind of encapsulates Iowa and especially Cedar Rapids. It's the downtown area. It's nice and lit up. It's a foggy, cloudy night. I guess not foggy, but cloudy. It's a nice night along the Cedar River in front of us. So waiting for a few people to jump on, but we're going to get this thing going pretty much right away. If you're watching this after the fact, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and all that good stuff. But we're going to get right into it, guys. And 7 things you need to know. All right. This is Morgan Creek Park. The reason I put this up is I just love this park. Our whole family does. In the back left or the middle left of this picture is the really nice play area for children. It's, in my opinion, the nicest park in Cedar Rapids. Just a really nice park. There's an arboretum where I shoot a lot of my videos. There's a restroom in the middle there. Um, this starts the paved trail, but it goes, behind this camera where it's shooting quite a ways. So it's a really nice park, and that's a big deal in Cedar Rapids. Is the parks are very nice, and especially Morgan Creek. It's one of our favorite parks. So, and if you got any questions, leave them in the comments. It doesn't have to just be about Cedar Rapids; it can be about anywhere in Iowa. So, again, these are just things that we are able to do as we live in Southwest Cedar Rapids. That's our garden this year when it was probably around June-ish, around that June timeline. We have corn and squash and tomatoes and beans and all that good stuff going on right there on the left. And then this is some cayenne pepper that we were dehydrating, and it turned out really, really good. And then these are our 2 children. Luke is on the left and Mary's on the right. They mean the world to us. It's a family friendly place here in Cedar Rapids, so you can raise your kids and not have to deal with a lot of the stuff that other places in the country and in the world have to deal with. A lot of people have mentioned how much they love it here. So it's definitely a family friendly town or city for sure. All right. So we're going to get into the list now, though. Number 1 is housing affordability. And again, leave any questions you got in the comment section, and I'll get to them. So first up, median home price in Cedar Rapids is between 200 and 250,000. Kind of floats between there. That's where the most amount of houses sell in Cedar Rapids. Median home price nationally is over 430,000. So housing affordability, the reason I put number 1 is that is a big reason why people are considering moving to Cedar Rapids in the first place. Is the national average is just almost double of what Cedar Rapids is. Many are considering here due to affordable living. It's definitely true. I just met a guy from this channel that's thinking about moving here from South Carolina. And yeah, one of their biggest things is affordable living. I have a friend in Kalispell, Montana area, and when I talk to him, there's a lot of things I like about Montana. Don't get me wrong, but their affordability is out of control up there. Like you can't even find a house under 600,000, where Cedar Rapids, the same house is around that $200,000 to $300,000 mark in our median price range. So we really do have it really good as far as affordability compared to at least Kalispell, Montana. And I have the pleasure of meeting a lot of people from across the country, and not just in the United States, but all over the place, even outside the country. And we're pretty lucky to have the affordability we do currently here in the state. Recently told by an out-of-state client how clean it is for the prices of homes. Yeah, they just couldn't get over that you could find a home in that $200,000 to $250,000 mark and still have a clean city, because they're not used to that. So what am I seeing at 0 to 150,000? In the last 90 days, 132 homes sold. So we'll have to remember that compared to the other ones. An average of 44 a month. and days on market is about 37 days currently. And if we go to 150 to 250,000 in the last 90 days, 303 homes sold, average of 101 a month, and days on market 37. So same days on market, almost 2 to 3 times the amount of homes selling. And so that's kind of why I'm calling that the median. And I mean, you can look up on the internet too, but this is definitely our sweet spot of the most homes sold. Then you go to 250 to 350, and 169 homes sold, average of 56 a month, and the days on market flies up to 55 days on the market. So it's actually a little bit more than even the 0 to 150. So it's still kind of got a lot of homes selling in that price range. And then when we get to 350 to 500,000, so I had to do a $150,000 price gap. You got 121 sold, 40 a month, and days on market is 69 days. So this is, it kind of peaks at that 250 to 350, and then it kind of slows down quite a bit, but still quite a few homes selling in that price range. And then 500,000 plus, 37 homes have sold, an average of about 12 a month, and days on market is 55. Not as much data, so it's hard to say that the days on market is a little bit altered because of that. But as you can see, $500,000 plus, there are homes that are here that go over $1 million, but the vast majority of Cedar Rapids and why people are moving here is, that 150 to 350 mark. It's really closer to that 200 to 250 mark is where you start to get pretty solid homes. So anyways, I just showed one today to a client at about that 210, 215 mark. It was a nice home, but that's kind of where you gotta be at price point. If you go under 200, it starts to get kind of rough, or you don't get a lot of home if it is well kept and updated. All right, I'm the head realtor of the Living in Iowa team. If you haven't watched my channel before, please consider subscribing and liking. It pushes out to more people that will find us. And the biggest way you can help us out, guys, is reach out to us. We love helping people through real estate, whether it's in Cedar Rapids, Iowa City. Those are our two main areas that I cover. But I do have connections all throughout the state. This is the best. The best is to call or text me, but you can also email me. I'll get back to you any way you get a hold of me. And this is a really nice review that Randall gave me. A really nice client, really awesome family. We worked a long time to try to find them a home. They end up finding a home in a suburb called Coggin, northeast of Cedar Rapids. It worked out real well, but we really appreciate awesome reviews like this from Randall. All right, so now we're going to get to number 2, weather. And this is a big one. The record cold, which I didn't really know. I knew it was cold, but it's negative 33 degrees Fahrenheit in 2009. One of the coldest days ever recorded. So that was the coldest day in Cedar Rapids. Winter lows average about 11 to 13 degrees Fahrenheit. A polar vortex, though, like we mentioned in that record cold, can get to negative 30 or more. And with wind chills down to 45 below or 60 below zero. So just so you know, even though it is in Iowa, we're not the most northern state, it does get cold here in Iowa. And again, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments, guys. Record hot or heat, 110 degrees Fahrenheit, July 6, 1911. Extreme heat is still standing to today. This record is. So what's up, dude? Hope all is well. Always loving watching your videos. As a Southern California resident, I want to move out there one day. Well, Wine Time Sports, thanks for the love. I really love doing these videos for everyone. It's been a really awesome experience for me. But yeah, if you're moving here, feel free to reach out anytime. If you got any questions, I'm curious, where in Iowa are you considering? Are you considering Cedar Rapids, or You can leave that in the comment, Wine Time Sports. But uh, summer high is 84 to 85. That's pretty accurate too here in Cedar Rapids. I know that for a fact. But triple digit heat index values of 100 plus degrees Fahrenheit common in peak summer. Triple digits, it doesn't happen every year, but it is common. But man, the 84 to 85 is humid, just so you know. It gets really humid, especially when that corn's in. Sweet spot, our spring sweet spot is April to May, and the highs can be in that 61 to 72 degree Fahrenheit, lows in that 38 to 51 degrees Fahrenheit. It's just the perfect weather, in my opinion. It's not too hot, it's not too cold. And if you like it even cooler, you get cool nights. It just really is a great time in the spring when it's not quite to that summer heat, but you get that in between winter and summer. Fall sweet spot, September to October, highs 69 to 77 degrees Fahrenheit, lows at the 42 to 52 degrees Fahrenheit. And it really is stunning foliage. The trees are just immaculate. It's going on. It's kind of about over around here. Actually, my peach tree is starting to lose its leaves pretty good, or they're turning real good color. Haven't quite lost them yet, but a lot of trees have lost a lot of their leaves now. So 28 to 32 inches of snow annually, steady winter precipitation from December to February. And that is pretty accurate. It can extend a month into November, which isn't that common, and it can extend into March, which is a little more common. But lately we haven't been getting a ton of snow, which, knock on wood, but this might be the year. 191 to 193 sunny days per year. It's slightly below the national average. You know, you get enough of it though, and you get in the spring and fall. It really, really is excellent weather here in Iowa. Severe weather season, April to September. Tornadoes, hail, damaging winds, and flash flooding common. Yes, very much so, especially severe thunderstorms that can have that. They can have a tornado, but those are a little bit overstated. Not to say that they can't happen, because if you do get hit by them, they're absolutely devastating, but they are very localized. The hail and damaging winds and flash flooding are much more common, and you're probably going to have a tough time avoiding that all the time, because I've never had hail, but I have had damaging winds that I've had to make insurance claims, and a lot of people have, especially here in Cedar Rapids after the derecho. So now we're getting to the derecho. The 2020 derecho was absolute catastrophe. 130 to 140 mile per hour winds, and it lasted for probably 45 minutes straight. 11.2 billion in damages. 75% of tree canopy was destroyed. It was an absolute disaster. So Wine Time Sports says, I have houses saved. My Zillow from towns you talk about. One day I'll move the family. It's not quite ready yet. Yeah, that's a common sentiment, but it will happen. Keep your head up. And if you need anything, just feel free to reach out. And then 2008 was a historic flood, an 800-year event. Cedar River crested at 31.12 feet, 11 feet above previous record, just so you know. 10 square miles flooded, 10,000 residents displaced, 5,000 plus homes damaged, and 5.4 billion in total damages. Sixth largest FEMA declaration in the U.S. history. It was nuts. It's crazy to think that the derecho was even worse, to be honest with you. But both of them were just absolute unbelievable events. I don't have any pictures on this presentation I put together, but definitely look at those two events and take a screenshot if you have to search them on Google. All right, number 3, schools. So the third largest school district in Iowa is the Cedar Rapids School District. It has 21 elementary, 6 middle schools, 5 high schools, and 14,500 plus students. It's kind of hard to, some people might argue there's more high schools, and we'll kind of get into that, but this is the baseline of how many schools are in Cedar Rapids. Kennedy High School has 1,719 students, ranked number 20 in Iowa. It's nationally ranked. It's just a good school. I have a friend that has put 3 daughters through it, and it really is a good school. It has everything you need, uh, and it's mostly in the northeast side of Cedar Rapids, kind of by, oh, if you're not familiar, but Highway 100 is kind of in Edgewood Road, or kind of real close to it. It's off of it's real close to Highway 100. The high school is. Linn-Mar High School has 2,222 students, which I believe is the biggest in Cedar Rapids, and it just does well. I'm not going to go through all these stats, but it's another really highly rated school that a lot of people do try to go to and have their children go to. Thomas Jefferson High School, 1575, another great diverse school that, and all the schools in Cedar Rapids have their different plus and minuses. George Washington High School has around 1,300 schools. It's the most diverse school in all of Cedar Rapids. Prairie High School, or College Community, a lot of people, it's around 1,300 students. It's 800-acre campus. It's really nice campus, really nice. I really like that. And it's right next to Kirkwood College, so they kind of partner up, and it's another good option for people. We've had clients that talk highly of putting their kids into Prairie as well, or College Community, better known as. Metro High School is an alternative high school. That's kind of why I said some might argue that it's not 5 high schools, because we probably shouldn't forget about this, but around 350 to 400 students. And, it's an alternative school, but it's a really good option for certain students as well. And then we have City View Community High School. It's a new magnet school, launched in 2023, has under 100 students. It's project-based learning. Iowa big partnership, internships, apprenticeships downtown. It's another good option for students in the area. And then we're going to keep going. Metro High School is another alternative, and it's kind of like the City View. Oh, I guess I repeated these two. So City View, we've already went over there. Private school options growing. Xavier High School is a flagship Catholic choice. It's got around 8,000 year tuition. It's one of the bigger ones, but there's other 19 total private schools in all of Cedar Rapids. And this is definitely something I encourage everyone that has children, education savings accounts, expanding access. So if you are looking at private school options or even homeschooling options, this is definitely something I recommend you looking into. And then homeschooling flexibility. There's 5 legal options, which we won't go into, but there's minimal requirements. There is a couple. We have a couple really good branches: the Linn-Mar Extension and also Marion Homeschool Extension. Both of them are good options if you need a little help with your homeschooling as well. So he said, Wine Time Sports. I've been to Clear Lake, Iowa a few times and loved the small town atmosphere. Also really enjoyed Des Moines. Loved how friendly everyone was. Yeah, both those areas are real nice. I've ice fished on Clear Lake a couple times, and Des Moines, we're just in a suburb called Waukee, and we'll be going back to Waukee for a couple of my son's appointments to a chiropractor, but really impressed by Waukee especially. All right, number 4, shopping. This is a really big deal in Cedar Rapids, and I hope everyone watching this really dives into what I'm saying here, because this is kind of why I love Cedar Rapids. One of the reasons of many, but this is probably one of the top. So the Lindale Mall, it's the largest mall in the area. It's nothing massive. It is anchored by Von Maur and those mall type stores of what they call it, Spencer's and all them. It's got a lot of natural lighting in it, and it's got local stores as well. It's just a mall, right? And it's a great place where even the elderly like to walk and just walk around in the mall in the winter months. All right, southwest and northeast Cedar Rapids. This is the prime shopping hubs. Blair's Ferry Road and Edgewood Road hold most of the major retailers in Cedar Rapids. You got Target, Walmart, Hy-Vee, Lowe's, Sam Club, Fleet Farm, Menards, and there's actually more than this on this list. You got Fairway and Aldi and all sorts of stuff, right? There's also a lot of restaurants along these roads. It's definitely the best shopping, and it's very convenient in the city. Nubo City Market. It's kind of a hidden gem if you don't know Cedar Rapids. This is definitely another area to look into. Year-round indoor market in the new Bohemian district business. It has just tons of eateries in it, right? And it's just a great place to go, and you can even do like outside yoga in a nice outside area. A lot of benches and tables to sit around. It's just a good vibe area. And then the Czech Village in New Bohemia, the district they call it. I can go through all these, but a lot of boutique stores, a lot of cool stores. A lot of people love if you love that boutique type shopping. It's a nice area along the river. And then the Westdale Town Center. It's a big area. It's got J.C. Penney currently, Ross, Burlington, Coat Factory. It's got restaurants and hotels that are recent. So when I moved to Southwest Cedar Rapids, about that's where this is. Oh man, that's probably 14, 15 years ago. It was still a mall, what kind of like Lindale Mall, but it was way not nice. And they tore that down for the most part, and they've really revitalized that in the last 5 years. It's really nice, brand new hotels, restaurants, and it's just really getting revitalized really well. So Southwest Cedar Rapids is really kind of booming, and there's a lot of new shopping and opportunities for people to do things in Southwest Cedar Rapids. All right, then the downtown Cedar Rapids Farmers Market. It's one of the Midwest's largest, and a lot of people don't know about it, and they really should. There's 200 plus vendors. It's the 20th season in 2025, the first and third Saturdays of really June through September, and there can be up to 30 to 50,000 attendees at the market after dark, which is a farmers market at night. It's really cool that we have that here in Cedar Rapids, and it's definitely something that, um, if you like that type of stuff, it's an option here in Cedar Rapids. It's awesome. And then you have Marion's Uptown Shopping. It's just really charming, kind of like that Czech Village, but a lot different in a lot of ways too. A lot of boutique shops and specialty shops. It's really cool. Then you got, and Marion may not be Cedar Rapids, but to us locals, it is Cedar Rapids. National retailers well represented. Yeah, you got Walmart, Target, Hy-Vees, Fairways, Aldi, Sam's Club, Von Maur, Kohl's, you name it. We pretty much got it. So just so you know, shopping is well covered in Cedar Rapids. And then we got number 5, parks and recreation. So I really want people to watch this part too. And again, if you're getting value from this, make sure to at least like it. I appreciate that at least, and consider reaching out to us if you're moving the area, or subscribe to our channel as well. So 100 miles of interconnected trails here in Cedar Rapids. There's a Cedar Valley Nature Trail, which is 68 miles in Hiawatha to Waterloo, and it's newly paved. You got the Cedar River Trail, which is 13 miles, Seymour Trail, Sac and Fox Trail, just a lot of biking trails and walking trails and running trails, and this is the main one. It's all kind of connected, just so you know. Indian Creek Nature Center, 7 miles of trails across 400 plus acres. It really is an amazing space, and it's got a building. It's free. It's just a great place to maybe even fish, but bird viewing is definitely a big deal. Snowshoeing rentals and just year-round festivals there. You got Cedar Rapids Parks, 4,171 acres managed, over 100 parks, 1,500 plus annual recreation programs. It's definitely a bicycle-friendly area. It's just an awesome place for parks. Honestly, they do a great job of their parks here in Cedar Rapids. Bever Park, it's a historic 86-acre gem. It's established in 1922. Old McDonald's Farm is a free petting zoo that's open in the warmer months. It's really cool. My children love going there and seeing, the goats and the cow and sheep and ducks and stuff like that. They got a lot of different animals that are really cool and you can interact with them. Hmm. I don't know about this one. Sorry, I don't know why that's even in there. Uh, Actually, there is that, but there it used to house lions, bears, monkeys until the 1970s. There is a big rock ice age landmark. I forgot about that too. So Bever Park's awesome, especially if you have children. Golf or championship golf scene. So there's 40 plus courses within 45 miles or 45 minutes of Cedar Rapids. It's a home of the master champion Zach Johnson. Airport National has 27 holes plus a mini golf plus indoor simulators. Ellis Park, Twin Pines, Cedar Rapids Country Club, and there's just more and more. There's plenty of golfing here in Cedar Rapids. Cedar Lake recreation area. You can do some boating, fishing, kayaking, and it connects to the trail system. Other parks, our favorite again is Morgan Creek Park that I mentioned in the beginning. You got downtown hotspot, not downtown, I guess, but it's kind of in the middle of Cedar Rapids, Knoll Ridge Park, Pleasant Creek Lake, Lake McBride, Corville Reservoir, Prairie Fishery, the Cedar River, and other smaller rivers within an hour drive. And even if you want to go a little bit further, you can go east to the Mississippi River. Kid-friendly indoor parks. You got Sky Zone, Air FX, the Fun Station, ice skating at the Imon or Ice Arena, and the Iowa Children's Museum is in Iowa City, which is a kind of a nice, easy, short drive. And they also have some ice skating in Coral Ridge Mall, which is definitely a lot bigger mall and a nicer mall than even Lindale in Iowa City there. All right, Iowa nice culture. So this is a nice culture. All right, so it's a genuine Midwest friendliness. It really is a thing. Neighbors wave from porches, small town warmth, and big city amenities, and welcome really is our language. We have a resilient community spirit. It really came together after those two big catastrophes of the 2008 flood and the 2020 derecho. There's 200,000 plus volunteer hours and rebuilt better through community-led recovery. And I got a short story about this. Our neighborhood, we're in the brunt of it. We got the highest wind speed recorded from it, Southwest Cedar Rapids. And we didn't have power, so we were walking down and kind of some people were giving refreshments to the power line people and whatnot. And we were talking to one of the guys, and he's like, "You know what? I came here and I didn't know what to expect. I didn't really think much about it." And he's like, "Honestly, when we came here, this is probably the worst catastrophe he's ever seen." And he travels all throughout the nation. So it just goes to show that it's kind of was swept under the rug because we're kind of in the armpit of America, I guess, or the flyover country. But the derecho was no joke. It was crazy, and the 140 mile per hour winds weren't just for 1 minute or 2 minutes. It was 45 to 50 minutes straight. So, anyways, we have a resilient community here. Active volunteer culture, strong nonprofits. Matthew 25 invested 10 million in neighborhoods. Feed Iowa First, Catherine McCauley Center, Waypoint Services, Chain Reaction Bike Hub, Cedar Valley Humane Society, and just so many different volunteer places here. And people really care around here. Safe family environment, low crime compared to metro areas, around 75% home ownership rate here in Cedar Rapids, 18 to 20 minute average commute, 70 plus, well, actually 100 plus parks really, splash pads, and just a lots of sports leagues. People take their sports serious here. So if your kids are into sports, you'll definitely have an option for them. All right, and last point, and if you got any questions, leave them in the comment. I'd be happy to answer them, but we're going to get to the very last things you need to know before moving or when moving to Cedar Rapids. So number 7 is size. So Cedar Rapids is the second largest city in Iowa, has around 138,000 people currently in 2025, and 232 are in Lynn County, which is where Cedar Rapids is, and this was according to 2024. So I want to take you back to that. So over 2/3 of our population is the city. So even though we have suburbs here, and Marion, we're not even counting Marion in that population. So if you bring Marion, you're getting closer to 200,000 in what we consider the city, because Marion's really considered it. So almost all your population is in that city, and you do have small little towns near it that are considered suburbs, but it's not like it's a lot different than Des Moines. Des Moines, majority of the population is in the suburbs, so it's not packed by any stretch. Like, it's not super crowded here or nothing. It's just a well built city. And a lot of people really love that about the city, honestly, is that it's not scattered everywhere. And then Marion, it's a seamless suburb feel. I mean, it really is no cutoff line. It's just 7 miles or 12 minutes away, but it's really not a cutoff. The population is around 41,500, which is 58% growth since 2000, and it's one of the fastest, if not the fastest growing city in Iowa. Short commute, 20-minute average among Iowa's best versus the national average, which is 27.6 minutes. 85% plus of workers spent under 30 minutes commuting, only 3.5% over 1 hour. Smart traffic engineering, 187 sync traffic signals with remote monitoring, observation cameras. Adaptive timing minimizes red lights, remove 12 downtown signals for better flow. Strategic highway bypasses, Highway 100, 16-mile bypass, Interstate 380 diverts through traffic, keeping city streets clear, and it prevents a gridlock. And then you got concentrated city living, population primarily in the city proper for sprawling suburbs, unlike bigger metros. Walkable downtown core, which it really does, and dense neighborhoods minimize car dependency. And that's really what I got for you guys. Really appreciate you guys that did jump on. Cedar Rapids is a great city. It's got a lot of positives. If you want something that has all your shopping needs, if you don't want to be living in a remote Iowa or rural Iowa, and being close to something that can support all your shopping needs or even medical needs, you definitely have that option here in Cedar Rapids. It's the second largest city in Iowa. It's not super huge, and it does have easy traffic flow. It's a couple things I love about it. But anyways, I'm going to let you guys go if there's no questions, which it doesn't look like there is. And yeah, thanks for watching, and make sure to subscribe if you haven't already.